Wow, fancy seeing you here. Welcome, Exiles. Do I have a juicy video for you today? We're going to be going over the stream. They did the big old dev stream in short form, and you guys get to see all the juicy bits all together. Let's get straight into the information. So the Test Life PC version is out right now. That is the version that is slightly unhinged from the main version, so it's a bit more buggy than what you'll get. But on December 14th is the official launch of Chapter 3. That means we get a really awesome holiday season with Chapter 3 and all that juicy Conan content for all platforms. So that is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to that. That is the launch date. But what can you expect to see in actual Chapter 3? And what's this about a Chapter 4? I'll let Dennis tell you about that.
Are currently 3 chapters in an age. So we have 9 months of one kind of concurrent theme and story to drive us through. We're going to be adding a 4th chapter to them. A lot of that reason is just because like we have more that we want to do and not enough time to do that thing. So I want to give you fatalities. I don't want them to be garbage. So, you know, that, and we also have a lot more Purge content coming. We actually have like, I think 4 or 5 new specialty waves for the Purge that are like 95% done.
Isn't that exciting? So basically the idea with it is, with Chapter 4, over the Age of War, they've promised like a bunch of things, even in the Age of Sorcery, and they just have not had the time to put these things in the game. So a few systems they talked about when they were going over this possibility of a Chapter 4 and things they want to get out is in the future they go to the drawing board about alliances, so that is still in the pipeline. They're working on it, but they're trying to figure out a really good way to do it without it being to the point where you get zergs and stuff like that. They're also working on a thrall revival thing, so that could be seen as well, where if your thrall gets taken down by someone, they don't just die. There's a way to pick them up, because in the Purge it's a bit OP, you know. A lot of thralls do tend to die when you get to the higher levels. So they wanted a way to balance it out a bit where you'd have a chance to pick your thrall back up again and, you know, pat him dry, make him better, you know. Also fatalities, so if you've ever seen like, I guess the best I could equate it to is like Destiny 2 when something's on low health and you do like a superpower move to finish them off. That's basically what it is, like a finisher. They're working on a system for that for Conan, so that is really exciting as well. Either way, that's just a few things they mentioned, so if there's some things in your head and you're like, they didn't add this yet, but they talked about it, well, this is what they're trying to work on and get out for future chapters or ages even, because I think the Alliance thing probably won't be Chapter 4. It will be later on. But anyway, let's talk about the big juicy stuff. PVE Sieges, what's this all about then? So at the ruins of Almira, which they've said is a secret world reference to all of this is, there's going to be a brand new castle there that you'll be able to raid and siege. So PvE players will actually get a taste of what it's like for PvP without, you know, the base going boom boom. You get to go and boom someone else's base and raid them damn Stygians and steal your treasure back. So they have this big old castle in the savannah now, and you can go through their doors with the new item, the battering ram, which people can use. Thralls can't use this at the moment, but people can. And you can also use these battering rams in PvP, which I'm a bit like, whoa, because the battering rams are pretty OP as is when you're getting purged. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that actually works out in PvP, or if it's been rebalanced for PvP. We'll have to see, but you'll be able to use that on doors and stuff for now, that battering ram. You'll be able to explore the castle, but the idea is you want to go up to the top of the castle to go to the boss room, and that's what you want to do. Also around the castle there's things to help you siege the castle, such as there's a wagon full of demon fire bombs and stuff like that, and you can find battering rams laid around the place, so it will be worth exploring the castle and defeating the Stygians that come after you while you're trying to raid their house, so that will be worth doing. But once you get to the boss room at the top, you'll be able to loot a lot of gold, and I was like, whoa, when I saw this in stream. But you can get like, there's these gold piles and they're worth like 1k a pop. Just picking up one of them. So you're going to need some space in your inventory. It's going to be a lot to carry because they have like 1,000 gold piles in there and you just get loads of money. It's going to be the new best way to earn gold in Conan Exiles now, that it was an insane amount of gold coins. So that is really interesting, that. And you should be able to get some other items, like the boss guy has a chance to drop legendaries and all that good stuff, as well as you'll be able to loot chests in the castle and find interesting stuff if you do siege this base. They also plan to keep this as consistent content, so it's not just going to disappear after the Age of War. It's going to be around for a while, so that's really good news. They did also mention in here that there will be tools for modders, such as like a copy tool or something. So there'll be some ways modders could have a good play around with this new system, which is really, really good. So either way with this castle, feel free to do what you like. You can trebuchet into there, you can do anything. Treat it how you would like a PvP raid. You can, you know, bash it any way you like. And this thing will regenerate eventually when people aren't nearby it. So you could bash it up all you like. You could completely demolish it if you really wanted to. You know, the whole shebang. Now, the next thing they talked about is the Aesir set. So it's like a northern set. It's absolutely stunning. It's an expansion on from those lovely big old gate walls we saw before. So you got more of that wood texture, and it completes the whole bundle out. You got lots of roof pieces, doors, all sorts, walls, vaulted ceilings. The whole shebang. It's just a beautiful set, which I imagine will probably be in the bazaar, knowing how those kind of things usually work out. Not only that, they showed off the whole system with the archer posts. Now, this is probably one thing I'm absolutely really excited for, because in the test live of Chapter 2, we got to use these archer posts. They're a little buggy, but in this version, they're all fleshed out and fixed. But they are awesome. They are a good reason to tame archers now. And before, I wouldn't really bother with archers at all. But these archer posts are really, really good for purges. I really like them. So I'm really excited about this feature. Not only that, you can also place your thralls at like oil cauldrons now. So if you want to put one above your gate and stuff like that, they can actually drip your tar onto people, your hot tar, without you having to do it. They'll do it for you. So that's really cool as well, of an addition for defense and purging. So absolutely love this. They then went further into the town, and there's this bell thing you could ding when a purge comes along or something. I think it's pretty much an instrumental kind of decor item and all that. And you can see in the background new clan emblem by the looks of it on the little clan emblem whiteboard. They then went on to the next section of this video, the Tavern. This is a huge feature coming to Chapter 3. Something to be really excited for. It's a free feature, so don't worry about that. They do have some items that are paid around it, like skins for a tavern bench, because a tavern bench is a new thing you're going to get. You're going to have to get the contractor of the tavern, the barkeep person, from a actual purge. So you have to purge to get the person you need for this. Then you can put down a tavern and make them man the tavern. And this is a brand new mechanic coming to Chapter 3, where you'll be able to use this tavern person to contract traders and bring them to your bar. And this bar, by the way, it could be anything. You don't have to decorate it or anything like that if you don't want to. Or you can go absolutely ham and make your own tavern and make it really beautiful. That is a new thing you can absolutely do in this one. But this whole system is really cool, because basically what happens once you've got one of these barkeeps down, you can, one, buy people off of them, and number two, actual people will turn up at your tavern that you can just buy outright as a contract, and then they're your thrall forever. So you can buy fighters and stuff, and they've even said there's a chance for really special ones to show up at the bar, and you can buy them for a higher cost of gold. They did speak about crafters in this one, and from what I could understand on it, it's not a thing at the moment, so it's mainly going to be fighters you're going to be getting via these contracts by them walking in, because otherwise they just turn into an item. But the idea in the future for Conan is to make it so things like crafters and things like that just are in the world. They don't turn into items and you just stick it in a bench. So this whole snapping thing you can do, even with a tavern, they have these chairs, and you can now snap your thralls to sit on the chairs. You can do that whole thing with anybody. With that whole system of having thralls guarding the door and sitting on chairs, I think that's what they're trying to do with crafters and stuff like that for the future. They went over briefly of being able to, I guess you'd snap them to like a workbench or something, and then that's how they would work. Instead of being an item you shove in the workbench. It's going to be really interesting when it comes to like using your Wheel of Pain or something like that, or maybe this tavern system for the future. I really look forward to seeing what they come up with. And speaking of those kind of things, they have an expansion for the dungeon set. So if you like that last time, well, there's going to be a brand new expansion for sale on this set as well. where they've really expanded upon it. They got vaulted ceilings in here, like proper cages and stuff for the dungeon, spiral staircases, and they also have like torture benches and stuff like that. There's a hanging thrall and a gibbet and all that, so there's a lot of crazy stuff going on there. You'll be able to have a fully kitted out dungeon now. And not only that, there's going to be a brand new mount. It's been announced. It is what we guessed. It's a camel. So the new camel mount, the different thing with a camel from any other mount is they said they're working on having extra carrying capacity in it. So you'll be able to carry it a lot more with the camel, which makes sense when it comes across any other mount. So that will be their special feature. But apart from that, it looks like they're going to work exactly like a horse with being able to attack off the back of them and all that. And there's some saddles you put on them and stuff like that. I believe you're still probably taming them the same way of getting babies from the den and stuff like that of camels, or if you're on Sipta in the island in the north, you'll be able to get them. That's just a cool little addition in there. Lovely camel mounts. Can't wait for that. Also, they got a couple new pets. There's like a pirate cat and a baby bear pet that apparently has a place under the tavern it can sleep, which is really adorable. I want to see how that works, but another pet that's just not a cat, and you have a bear now. That sounds awesome. They also got some new outfits they're showing off here, so have a look at those. They were trying to explain them a bit, but they were a bit like, ugh. But you'll be able to see them anyway. Then looking into the Battle Pass, they showed off bits of the Battle Pass as well. So as usual, you get the coins to rebuy the Battle Pass in here. They have more clan emblem things like a beer barrel and all sorts, and different emotes, flags, different free bits and bobs in here. Like I noticed there's a shelf and stuff like that, and an elk skin you can get. Some more emotes as well, like a cheering one with beer, which makes sense. You can have a hog roast on a fire, which is a thing as well, a chandelier. Some decorations for your tavern they've also included in here, so definitely worth picking up, and some skins for your tavern as well, because there's going to be skins for the tavern apart from the default version as well. Of course, more armor in here, shelving units, lots of bits and bobs in here. But this gives you a quick idea of the Battle Pass before we see it in the full version, as we will probably not be able to see it in test live because they usually don't let you see it in test live in general. So there's some show-offs of the Battle Pass. It's looking really good. I think it's a really good bit to this Battle Pass this time around, especially with the fireplace and things like that. It's gorgeous. It's a definitely worthwhile Battle Pass this time, 100%. Also, at the end of the stream, they showed off something called Hyborian Discoveries. They're working on a documentary series for Conan Exiles, which is really awesome. Which, if I can find the link for it, I'll leave it in the description down below, because there's a whole video thing on there. And they're looking to make like a whole series on it, so that's really cool, and it was a fun watch. I won't show it off here because I don't know if I'm allowed, but I will show you that link, and definitely do go and check it out. It was a good watch. Either way, that is the stream boiled down to the purest form without any of the waffle. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like on the video if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more, because I'll be covering a lot more about this Conan Exiles update very, very soon. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.